Hello, everybody. Hello from the, well, I guess the quarantine that is Aether Data Center now. For those of you who don't know, apparently last night during server maintenance, folks up high made the executive decision to flag all of Aether Data Center as congested, so no, unfortunately, no new players can join in on the data center. It's a bummer, but it's what it is. In the meantime, they flagged Crystal Data Center as the preferred servers to go to, but there's still like 2 servers perma-blocked off from characters. Anyways, how goes everybody's Tuesday? This is your resident Derplander Linkus. We about to explore 4.2 today. We completed 4.1 yesterday before server maintenance happened, and the servers went offline for, what was it, like 6 hours, 7 hours? Ended the stream at the end of 4.1 because I didn't want to get 4.2 rolling, and I get kind of sort of caught up in it, and then it's like, oh, well, you just got kicked offline. So today should knock out all of 4.2, maybe start 4.3. Don't think I might, because I'm trying to remember how much is in 4.2, but 4.3 in itself is an event and a half. So let's get into it, shall we? First off, because I am pro streamer and I set things up in advance, tidings from the east. Linkus, great timing. I was just about to send word to the Scions. I've got lots to tell you. The Council has officially recognized the Resistance as our standing army, and I expect you can guess who's been appointed commander. Suffice it to say, we're in good hand. Come on, Lise. Having the Bull of Alamigo at the helm's done wonders for morale. People were dancing in the streets when the announcement was made, and we have you and the Sultana to thank for it. If you two hadn't worked your magic, he'd never have contemplated following his heart. The Council has also agreed that we're to maintain a presence at Rauga's Reach. Lise will continue to lead our forces in the fringes, a job she's been doing tirelessly. A bit too tirelessly, some might say. We're constantly having to remind her to rest before she falls over. That's an exaggeration, and always get up again. Anyway, we can hardly afford to lower our guard now, not after our latest brush with Lakshmi. Speaking of which, we've been keeping a close eye on the Kalyana, and it looks like they've chosen a new leader. It's Shanti's daughter. You know, the half-dead one. For whatever reason, the Kalyana thought she might be the best candidate, which makes them leaderless, basically. As things stand, there's no prospect of engaging in talks, let alone coming to an understanding. But I won't let that stop me. I'll keep on reaching out to them until they finally see sense. Just like I've been trying to reach out to Fordola. She still won't meet my gaze, but she's given up trying to ignore me. It may be the odd grunt, but at least she's responding. I'll get through to her yet. Good for you. Linkus, there you are. Alphino, Alice, is everything alright? We've received word from the Taru. Hancock has apparently acquired information of great interest and urgency. More than that, she didn't say. Only that we should come to Kukane right away. I have a mind for the 2 of us to set forth together, but Alice is determined to make it a party of 3. As I've told you more than a dozen times, brother, my wounds are quite healed, and I could benefit from some fresh air. Besides, you may well need an extra pair of hands. Worry not, sister. I have quite given up trying to convince you. Whether we be 2 or 3, we should depart as soon as possible. You will be joining us, I trust. Yeah? Huh. I was about to say I'd come too, but I'll just have to settle for cheering you on from afar. Good luck with whatever it turns out to be. Thank you, Lise. Rest assured, should this business prove to be of even tangential concern to Alamigo, we shall inform you without delay. Let us be off then. Hancock and Totaro wait for us at the Ruby Bazaar offices. Oh yeah, I forgot Tataru's all the way over there still. Hasn't come back over. I don't know if canonically you can get there by airship now instead of boat, but an airship would probably still take a hot minute. Hey, what am I doing walking like a pleb? You have these wonderful innovations called aetherites. Show me in if you would, please.
My friends, thank you for coming at such short notice.
We were told the matter was urgent. I take it Yugiri and Soroban are also involved?
My presence here is but a happy coincidence. I am come on separate business, which can wait.
My apologies. Master Hancock, pray, tell our friends exactly what you told me.
Of course, of course. Some few days ago, a large detachment of soldiers was seen arriving at the Garlean embassy. This seemed to me most unusual, as no personages of note are due to visit for a matter of months. So, I made a few inquiries, whereupon I learned of a most curious rumor. Apparently, the soldiers were dispatched to Kugane to investigate recent sightings of a certain individual. The late acting Imperial Viceroy of Doma, Yotsuyu.
What?
I beg your pardon?
Ain't she dead?
I too am loath to believe it. I saw the keep come down on top of her. We all did.
I would not presume to question your eyewitness accounts, nor am I one to take rumors at face value. The fact is, the Garleans have no knowledge of what took place at Doma Castle. They may well be chasing after a woman who merely resembles Yotsuyu. But a woman who resembles Yotsuyu in the company of a grizzled Rogadan samurai? I dare say that thickens the plot.
Gosetsu! He's alive!
While I've no conclusive proof, I thought that such a possibility warranted your attention.
Have you informed Lord Hien? Well, I think we'd all like to believe the old bear survived.
Indeed. While I dare not give myself wholly to hope, I will not deny that I have prayed for such a miracle ever since that fateful day.
I want to know how he was able to live after taking 3 shots to the side, and then a keep falls on top of him.
But regardless of my personal feelings, if the Empire has seen fit to pursue these rumors so vigorously, we can scarce afford to ignore them. I am bound by duty to ascertain the truth of the matter. Will you join me in this quest?
Absolutely. Not really sure what I'd do if I saw Yasuyu again.
I understand. Only too well. But if Gosetsu yet lives, he will need our help if he is to avoid capture.
Gosetsu is a dear friend, and we cannot abandon him to the mercy of the Empire. Our course is clear. Hancock, is there aught else you can tell us?
Alas not. But I have taken the liberty of employing one of the finest informants money can buy. You shall have the latest intelligence on the Garlean's movements, and more besides.
That grin. So here's your informant. The informant awaits your pleasure in the back streets of Sanjo Hanamachi. From its shining facade to its dark underbelly, few know Kugane as intimately as he. One of the best informants money can buy. Why do I have a bad feeling about this? Permit me to assist you in your quest, my friends. The sooner your business is concluded, the sooner we may speak of mine. Excuse me. Should your search take you away from Kugane, my boat is at your disposal. I shall see that she is ready to sail. I'll give Soaban a hand if he's providing us a ship. The least we can do is supply the provisions. We'll be at the pier if you need us. A welcome offer and an excellent plan. Without further ado then, let us seek out this informant in Sanjo Hanamachi. That was my water bottle. There we go to Rakusa District. Is it this way? Yeah. This should be the place. Now we wait and see who comes. It has been a while, my friend. Yes, yes, a long while indeed. This little shit. I knew it. Kyoto, any funny business, and you know what will happen, I trust. No, not funny business. Only loyal service to the finest quality information. Of course, such quality does not come cheap. No, but then Hancock already paid you. Honestly, you must think we were born yesterday. Have half a mind to call lease. No lease, I beg you. No boots. I will tell you everything I know, free of charge. The Empire searches for Yasuyu, high and low, far and wide. Come to enlist my help, they did, promising rich rewards for decisive information. And have you decisive information? Were the two individuals cited here indeed Gosetsu and Yasuyu? Alas, see them with my own eyes I did not, but the Imperials are confident. Yes, very confident indeed. Look at the size of their contingent. But there is something they do not know. A rumor which you will find most interesting, I think. They say an elderly Rogan samurai appeared on Kogane Dore with a beauteous maiden that sold his katana to a pawnbroker. 'Twas no common katana either, but one of surpassing craftsmanship. Well, that is interesting, assuming it's true. Did you corroborate with a rumor with the pawnbroker in question? No. Regrettably, I do not have a working relationship with the master of Shofuku Shaishin. Now, why would that be, I wonder? If I didn't know any better, I'd think he'd let you money. He will help you, I am certain. While you speak with him, I will make contact with my Garlean connections and learn what I can of their progress. A glimpse of the blade is all I need to be sure, but is it wise to let the Namazu out of our sight? No. No more betrayals, no more boots. To divide our forces is simply more efficient. He's right. Given the urgency, we should do well to split up. And so I will go with our friend here. Nothing improves efficiency like a little supervision. Yes, we will go together, and there will be no boots. Let's be about it then. Good luck with the katana. Shall we reconvene at the pier later on? Fragrant as the Ruby Bazaar offices are, I prefer the fresh air. Well, if there's anybody I trust to keep a Namazu in line, it's Alize. I believe Alize has her task well in hand. Shall we seek out the pawnbroker? I mean, out of our current squad, if there's anyone you don't want to piss off, it's Alize. I also have expected to see a cursed Namazu here, but luckily. Everything in order? Then let us proceed to Kagane Dori and find the master of Shofuku Shaishin. I think it's how you say that. There's a cursed Namazu. A Rogan and Samurai and a maiden? Never seen him. Now, if you don't have any business with me, make way for someone who does. Look at this face. This is a face that betrays you. Don't trust him, ever. Oh, what the hell's the emote again? There it is. Betray us, you get the boot. We might have had customers like those you describe. So many people come through, it's difficult to remember. Perhaps you could jog my memory by making a purchase? No? Well, you can't blame one for trying. Not that pawnbroker. Not yet. Welcome, good sir, welcome. Will you be buying or? You have a certain katana? Ah, so you've heard tell of the Rogan and Samurai's katana. Small wonder. It's a fine example of its kind. One moment. Dare I hope you have found a pawnbroker? Excellent work, Linkus. And is that the katana? There could be no doubt. It is Gosetsu's blade. The craftsmanship is exquisite, is it not? And you will be pleased to know that the pledge has just expired. I should be glad to sell it to you, assuming you have the coin. There is no ordinary weapon, you understand, and it is priced accordingly. But if you are serious, I suggest you act quickly, as several noted collectors have already expressed an interest. The blade represents conclusive proof of Gosetsu's survival. I suppose this could be considered a necessary cost in securing his safe return. Yet it is not a decision I can make alone, least of all when our nation has scarce begun to build. I got like 18 million gil. I can take it. Nay, my friend, grateful though I am for the offer, I cannot ask this of you. It is enough to know that Gosetsu is alive and well. Yugiri, wait. The scions will buy the katana. Pray consider it a gift. Master Alphino, your kindness is touching truly. Yet in matters of coin, would Mistress Tataru not expect to be consulted? Come now, our friend would never have relinquished his blade were the need not great. And are we not bound by honor to help a friend in need? I say we are, and I am sure Tataru will wholeheartedly agree. It's settled then. You made a wise choice, my friend. Such pieces are few and far between. Now, if you would be so good as to come this way, I shall prepare the necessary papers. If I may ask, sir, after he visited your establishment, do you perchance know where the old samurai went? He is our friend, and we would return his weapon to him. A friend of yours, you say? I see. Well, then, I suppose there could be no harm in telling you. No sooner had I provided him with the requested sum than his pretty young companion began clamoring for dango. I duly recommended those serve at the Uminko tea house, and thither did they set off. Clamoring for dango? Can these truly be the same people? It makes no sense. It's a matter of code, perhaps, but it avails us not to speculate. Let us go to this tea house and see if we can pick up the trail. Aetherite Plaza. Someone up there? I wonder how you get up there. Probably jump and aim for this light post. But of course I remember. How can I forget the pair like that? The most beautiful girl you'll ever see, scoffing down dango as if her life depended on it while the old samurai look on. Not quite what he expected, I wager. Far be it from me to gossip about my customers, but he was planning to spirit her away across the Ruby Sea, out of the reach of her family, no doubt. When the girl had finally had her fill, they set off in the direction of the Shiokaze hostelry, presumably to find someone discreet with a boat. So Gosetsu makes for Doma. But this woman who travels with them, the more I hear about her, the more I wonder if she can truly be Yasuyu. While doubts remain over the identity of Gosetsu's traveling companion, for now we can but follow the trail. Come, let us away to the pier, and make ready to sail. With luck, Alize will already have joined Master Soulbon and Mr. Tataru there. Excellent timing, my friends. Mistress Alize arrived mere moments ago. All went well on my end. Yodo met with an Imperial officer and wheedled his way into some new information. It seems the troops who recently arrived in Kugane came directly from Garlemald. The Imperials based here have been kept in the dark. And that's not all. A contingent of the aforementioned troops are preparing for deployment to the Ruby Sea. If I didn't know it any better, I'd say they picked up Gasetsu's trail. Then your information matches ours. We are quite certain that Gasetsu seeks to cross to the mainland. He sold his sword. We bought it. We bought it without even asking the price, I should mention. So she's probably going to be pissed. I'm sorry, did I hear that right? You use Scion funds to buy Gasetsu's katana at the asking price? Well, we were in some haste, and it seemed a worthwhile gesture. Speaking of which, here is the contract of sale. Pray see that the man is paid. Falls. Beard, you agreed to this? Give me strength. Well, it's not like the search can wait. You'd best be on your way. But Alphino, we need to talk. I want you to come straight to the offices as soon as you get back. Promise me. Oh, very well. I shall call upon you as soon as I return. First, let us go to the Ruby Price. If Gasetsu has already set sail, the sentries there are sure to have seen him. Tataru mad. Tataru seemed rather vexed, did she not? Never the melodramatist, I am sure our finances can stretch to a single sword. Remind me to explain the value of such gestures when we next see her. But I digress. We have work to do.
Right. I suggest we begin by learning what we can from the sentries.
That's cannon fire.
What's going on out there?
Travelers, are you? You may wish to postpone your plans. The Garleans have launched an attack on the Confederacy. We have no reason to believe they'll turn their attention here, but for your own safety, I suggest you return to Kugane.
Well, that's a Imperial airship.
The Garleans bear no love for the Confederacy. But with Doma lost to them, why would they attack? Unless
Yotsuyu is on that island.
Even if she isn't, our allies are under attack and they need our help.
We will help them, while you remain with Soroban. Arguing will only delay us. Is that clear?
Fine, but you haven't heard the last of this.
Soroban, we may need to make a swift exit. See that the boat is ready to sail at a moment's notice.
It shall be done.
What, and you're going to swim there, are you?
'Tis the quickest way, and you may rest assured I've been practicing.
X to doubt.
Yeah!
You just belly flop.
come.
I did it! No time to rest, Master Alfredo. Our allies are sorely pressed. Oh, look who it is. I won't say no to the help, but I'm not the best pleased that we need it. You're here for the old man, yes? He's at the top. You'd best hurry.
Lady Yotsuyu, we're here to rescue you. Please, come with us.
Stay back, Tsuyu.
Are you all right?
Is he all right?
Gazetsu.
Damn it, we took too long. Change of plan. Eliminate hostiles. All forces, attack!
Focus on the enemy. We'll see the Lady Yasuyu when they're dead. Come, let us even the odds. Reinforcements! I need reinforcements! They should still have Magitech armor in reserve. Steel yourselves! Damn it! Reinforcements! I need more reinforcements! 2 of them. We shall need a new strategy. Linkus, draw the armor this way. Hey, over here. At least it's slowed. Stubborn swine. Force my hand. Deploy the Hexadrone. Have care. We don't know what we face. How nice of it to Oh no. It faded. Activate turrets! Fire! Fire at will! Ack! All of you!
The art of my forebears.
Mist and shade. Take form and go forth! Oh, too many. Draw them to me! I shall finish this! Linkus, my shadows and I took 10 to half. The rest is yours.
Focus. Release!
Gosetsu, thank the heavens.
Yugiri, my friends, the Kami were kind to guide your steps this way.
It's over. The Imperials are retreating. I suppose we have you to thank for that. But they would never have come here were it not for her. I had a bad feeling the moment your samurai friend arrived with that woman in tow.
Do not be afraid, Suyu. These people are my friends.
Friends.
Forgive me, but at the risk of souring the mood, I believe you owe us an explanation. You may start by telling us what happened at Doma Castle.
Of course. I'll not begrudge you that. As you know, we were trapped inside the keep when it collapsed. But even as the roof crumbled above us, so too did the floor below. We were swept out into the One River, where we would surely have drowned had a stout wooden door not chanced to float by, offering us a raft of sorts. Exhausted, we drifted out to sea, at the mercy of the tides, which saw fit to dispense us on a desert island.
She was with you the entire time.
Aye. 'Twas her kimono which saved her from Hien's blade, believe it or not. Some Garlean witchcraft in the weave. But it offered precious little protection against the fall. Though she survived, she awoke bereft of all her memories, and speaking like a child.
A trick, surely.
That was my first thought, aye. And I contemplated cutting her down and being done with it. Contemplated it long and hard. Yet the Kami saw fit to deliver us from certain death. 'Twas their will that we survive, both of us, together. And together we shall go before our master. He shall be the one to judge.
Judge what?
She's your prisoner, old man. Do with her as you will. Call her Tsuyu, or whatever else tickles your fancy.
Okay, you went there.
'Twas a name given out of necessity whilst on the road. Nothing more.
As you say.
Dang.
But remember this. Our people suffered much at that woman's hands. When the time comes, I trust you won't let emotion blind you to what needs to be done.
You have my word.
Well, I must be going. I have an unholy mess to clean up. You should be on your way too, before the Imperials decide to take another tilt. Oh, and we'll overlook the tithe this once. You're welcome.
Believe that's Pirate 4. Get the hell out of here. Thanks for repelling the Garleans, but get the hell out of here. As Tansui says, we should move on. It would not do for Yatsuyu to be seen here. Now, if I know my sister, she will already be waiting with the boat at the nearby pier. Let's go and see if I'm right. Kosetsu! Thank the gods you're safe. If it was all I could do to watch the battle from afar. It was all I could do to restrain her. Can you blame me for worrying? Strong as Linkus is, anything could happen in the chaos. But enough about me. We need to talk about her. Greetings? They tell me you've lost your memory, and that's fine, but I want you to know something. I won't be taking my eyes off you. Not for a moment. These people are strange. Are you sure they're your friends? I am. They may behave strangely, but I trust them with my life. You have naught to fear. Alright, if you say so. Right. 'Tis past time we set sail. I, for one, will not keep Lord Hien waiting without due cause. Aye, and the longer we tarry, the more we risk inviting trouble. Lest you forget, the Red Kojin bear no love for Ryotsu either. I shall deliver you to familiar shores, near Asai, but out of the village's sight. Here's where we part ways, my friends. I pray the reminder of your journey passes uneventfully. Linkus, when you are not otherwise occupied, I would speak with you about my next business venture. It promises to be extremely lucrative, and I do not say so lightly. After the prodigious sum spent acquiring a certain sword, it would present a fine opportunity to refill the Scion's coffers and restore a smile to Mistress Tataru's face. Oh, come along. Tataru is overreacting. How much could a single katana possibly cost? Far more than you think, plainly. A blade like Kosetsu's is worth a fortune, enough to buy a house and furnish it, which you would know had you bothered to check the price. What? I had no idea. This business ventures a sore buns. You will get a fair hearing, I trust. He has been good to us after all. As for me, I think I should look into drawing upon my personal funds. Damn it, Alpha no. Excuse me. I believe you were supposed to be keeping Gyodo in line. And I told you, well, maybe I didn't tell you, but I thought it, that if that little Namazu got out of line, it would be you who would get the boot, yes? Well, was he a good Namazu? Namazus are weird creatures. We must meet with Lord Hien as soon as possible, though we may have not at the Enclave. I will send word requesting that he receives us at the House of the Fierce, where there are fewer prying eyes. If all are in agreement, I shall scout ahead and see that the way is clear. Pray follow as swiftly as you are able, and join me on the outskirts of the Namai. I was a bit meaning to break this guy out. All is well? Yeah, we walked like 20 feet. Good. The others are hiding nearby. Let us proceed. Quietly, if you please.
My Lord Hien, I am returned.
Save your tears for the morrow. For we who yet walk the path should not think too much on the destination. When the hour arrives, we shall welcome what comes with open arms. And welcome it you did, even as the keep fell down around us. At that moment, in your smile, I spied a shred of hope. One which I have clung to ever since. Gosetsu, full glad am I to see you alive and well.
We have played this scene before, have we not? Though this time our roles are reversed.
That they are. Meaning you know how I feel. Wholly at a loss for words. Welcome back, old friend. Now then, though we rejoice at your return, it seems you have brought with you certain complications.
Could say that.
Rise, my friend. Tell me everything. The Empire is bold indeed to send a token force to engage the Confederacy.
As acting Viceroy, Yotsuyu would have been privy to Imperial secrets. The Garleans will not soon give up the chase.
Nay, it will end with her capture, or her death.
Are you a friend, too?
She claims to have lost her memory. though I know not if she speaks true. I brought her here that you might decide her fate.
Lost her memory, you say? Regardless, the people have not forgotten. Her face yet haunts their dreams. She cannot roam free. We will hold her here for a time. Place her in Jufia's care, with the express instruction that she is not to be seen.
Yes, my lord. Come.
No, I don't want to. Don't let her take me away!
It's all right, Soyu. I will come with you. Be a good girl, and listen to Yugiri.
From a hound at his throat to a puppy at his heel. If this is an act, it is a remarkable performance.
Thank you for delivering Gosetsu back to us in one piece. We are lucky indeed to have friends who have journeyed to the other side of the world to help us, and repeatedly at that. We have much more to think upon, but as regards the Empire, we can but watch and wait. Now then, seeing as you've come all this way, you must allow me to show you around the Enclave. I would not have you thinking we've been idle in your in your absence. That one snuck up on me. The rebuilding effort proceeds apace, I am pleased to say, and we are now ready to welcome home our countrymen who were displaced by the war. Should they so desire it, there is a place here for those who fled to Eorzea. We should be delighted to accept your invitation, Lord Hien. I have no doubt that your subjects at Revenant's Toll will be heartened to hear that their lord has not forgotten them. Something on your mind, Alize? Oh, it's nothing. I just thought that Gosetsu and Yugiri would be back by now. Forgive me, my lord, but Captain Shifuya is nowhere to be found. Oh? He was here when I arrived. For now, we have taken Yasuyu to a private chamber and assigned another to watch over her, my lord. I find it passing strange that the captain should leave his post with nary a word. That does seem most unusual. If you mean to look for the man, we would be happy to assist you. We should be glad of the help. While I search without, mayhap you could ask our soldiers here if they know anything. I will join you. With respect, my lord, you should remain here. Should the Empire move against us, you will be better able to coordinate our response. And there I was thinking I was in charge. But you have the right of it. Go on then. I will mind the house. Excuse me, Miss Haname. Have you seen your captain? You seek the captain? He passed by a little while ago. I wonder if I should tell someone as it happens. He did not look well, you see. I asked if aught was the matter, and he told me the past had caught up with him. But I doubt it was that. There are older men in our ranks. Captain Shifuya was headed for the northern entrance when I saw him last. I was going to invite him to train with us, but he did not hear me call out to him. If you need him, I dare say the sentry on duty will be able to tell you more. Indeed, I suggested as much to Mr. Salazar when she came asking earlier. Something amiss? Don't worry about it. Hi, the captain said went outside some few bells ago. I'm looking quite unwell, I am sorry to say. This I mentioned to Lord Gosetsu, who straightway struck out after him. I hope they will be alright. Gosetsu too? It seems everyone is bent on joining the search. That's all well and good, but someone has to stay behind. There's no telling what the Empire is plotting. You go on, Linkus. Alphino and I should hold the fort. Captain Sufuya?
Ah! By the Kami! Your Lord Heian! Leave me! Leave me, I beg of you. Say nothing of this. I was never here.
There you are.
Lady Yugiri, Lord Gosetsu, forgive me my abrupt disappearance.
You have your reasons, I am sure. Will you not share them?
I was her master when she was yet a courtesan.
By the Kami.
She worked in my establishment. Her father was a regular client of mine. One day, quite without preamble, he offered to sell her to me. Yeah, she may be no maiden, he said, but she has some use left in her. He sold her short. When I first beheld her, I was struck by her beauty. And yet, behind her eyes there was an emptiness. It was as if she had given up on life. She seemed more a doll than a woman. It was no profession for her. But I knew she would be popular. And so it proved. Men flocked to drown themselves in that cold, bottomless gaze. The rest you know. She became an Imperial informant, and for her loyal service won the office of acting Viceroy.
While you came to serve the Liberation Front.
'Tis said that the atrocities Yotsuyu committed were driven by vengeance. If so, I bear part of the blame for creating the monster she became. Joining the front was meant to be my atonement. But the truth is, I am a coward, whose only thought was to escape her wrath, then as now.
I see. Then I shall recommend that you be assigned to a new post. I trust you have no objections, Yugiri?
None. It would not do to leave Yotsuyu in his care.
I am in your debt.
Who is it that you seek to protect, Gosetsu? Idle musings. Pray, pay me no mind.
Forgive me, now is not the time for brooding. Come, let us rejoin the others. I thank you for your help in the search. Gosetsu has told me all that has transpired. I would not presume to defend the life Fuya had led before he joined the front, nor will I condemn it. Frankly, it is not my place to judge. I will only say this. The Yafuya I know has ever been a man of courage. That he should feel driven to flee bespeaks the depth of his terror. Even now, Yasuyu casts a shadow over the well. But the question of what is to be done with her must wait. The Empire is on the move once more. While you are out searching for Yafuya, we received word from our shinobi allies. An Imperial airship has been sighted over Doma's soil. Our visitor's objective remains unclear. It may be another attempt to recover Yasuyu, or to prelude an invasion. Either way, the craft reportedly advances at speed and appears bound for Castrum Flumens. I mean to go there and ascertain their intent. If we ride out in force, it will only end one way, and so we shall keep our numbers to a minimum. Yugiri, Linkus, can I count on you? Yes, my lord. Yeah. Alizeo and I would fain play our part as well. We will not stand idly by while a common foe threatens the lands of our friends and allies. We will be glad of the help. You are acquainted with Haruko, I believe, and I bid you seek him out and assist in maintaining order in the Enclave. When the people see an Imperial airship, they are liable to panic. I would have you reassure them, and should it come to it, aid in their evacuation. Very well. We shall depart at once. Do take care. What of me, my lord? The Empire may well be after Yasuyu. You are to remain here and guard her until my return. As you wish. Pray stay close to Linkus and Yugiri. Well. Guard duty and not a breath of protest. Now I've seen it all. To Castrum Flumens, then. To Castrum Fluminis, then. Let us find out what the Empire's game is. Actually, before I take off, I think this will be a good place to take my first break for the day. Get up, grab a new water bottle, stretch the legs, all that good stuff. I implore those of you out there watching, lurking, whatever it is you do, I implore you all to do the same, and I will return shortly. BRB, folks. Alright folks, we back. A bit of an extended break. Had some stuff I want to take care of around the house and whatnot. You know how it goes. Anyways, off to see what Mr. Garlean's ship wants with small little Doma. It's all the way down there, isn't it? Yeah. Good thing we can fly and I don't care. It's still flooded. Oh, whoops, flew right by him. The area is secure. Whatever our visitors' purpose, they plainly believe they can achieve it alone. Craft should come into view at any moment. Let us await them inside the castrum. And it's smoking.
A smoke signal? Thoughts, Yugiri?
In former times, such signals were used to announce the coming of an emissary of peace. In Doma, at least. But could that truly be their intent?
Who can say? Whatever they want, we cannot simply blast them out of the sky. Not when they were so gracious as to honor one of our cherished traditions. I would not have it said that we Domans want for propriety.
Then I shall go and reconnoiter.
Nay, that won't be necessary. We will meet them openly. I would welcome this student of Doman history in person, whomsoever he or she may be.
As you wish, my lord. I shall arrange for a signal of our own to be fired in answer.
Well, that we should be received by the Lord of Doma himself.
I but afford an emissary of peace the courtesy he is due. Welcome to Doma, my lord.
Ah, where are my manners? I am Asahi Sas Brutus, Ambassador Plenipotentiary of Garlemald.
He is heir to the Naiuri clan, and Yotsu's stepbrother.
It seems I need not introduce myself. not in the presence of the famed Yugiri Mistwalker. Your skills as a shinobi are known far and wide, my lady. It is true. The former acting viceroy is my sister. Yet, bonds of kinship aside, we have precious little in common. As will soon become plain, I come not to sow strife, but to end it.
Is that so?
I am of the Populares, a collective which represents the interests of the common man. Long have we labored to bring about reform to the Empire's provincial policy. Happily for us, our master acknowledges the need for change. Indeed, His Radiance, Emperor Varys Zos Galvus, personally sanctioned this mission, granting me the authority to speak with his voice. To negotiate peace with Doma.
Well then, we have much to discuss. Will you accompany me to my hall?
Gladly, my lord.
Smell that? You smell that, chat? Smells like bullshit. We shall escort our guests across the river to the Enclave. Yugiri, pray go on ahead to the Yuzuka Manor docks and see that the ferries are ready. See, it's boring a hole right through him. It's like, yeah, I'm sure you're here to negotiate peace, buddy. Considering you're Yatsuyu's brother, yeah, bullshit. Lord Heon and I will accompany the Imperial delegation on the first ferry. When you are ready, speak with the boatmen and join us on the other side. Probably should be speaking with them, but hey. Take me to the Enclave, good sir. To a fully completed Doma Enclave. There you are, Lucas. So, first things first. What do you think of the Enclave? I must say, I'm quite proud of what my countrymen have accomplished in the time. Yeah, I may have spent like 3 months donating stuff in order to get them there. We even have an Aether right now, courtesy of the Oni Shishu. Be sure and attune to it, would you? Once it has the Warrior of Light seal of approval, people might actually start using the thing. But on to the matter at hand. The ambassador and his retinue are at my hall, taking their ease ahead of the negotiations. I want you there when the talking starts. It will serve as a send a message to the Empire that Eorze and Doma stand united. I am not normally one for hollow posturing, but in this game of nations, such gestures carry weight. Oh, and should you feel uneasy about speaking for the Scions, Alphino and Alizé will also be there. You need only eat, drink, and look imposing. Say you'll come. I'll be there. I knew I could count on you. When you're all ready, come and join me at my humble abode, the Kienken. The Guardsmen will see you in. This guy from again, I forget. Show me in, good sir.
On behalf of my delegation, I offer you my humblest thanks. Never did I imagine that I would meet the gallant and noble Lord of Doma himself, nor be welcomed into his magnificent hall.
You'll forgive me if we forgo the pleasantries. You say you are come to negotiate peace. Unless I am mistaken, such negotiations are typically conducted between sovereign nations. I was not aware that the Emperor had recognized Doma's sovereignty.
His Radiance has yet to do so, that much is true. Know, however, that he has expressed willingness to cede Doma to her ancestral masters and treat with her as a friend. Since the days of Emperor Solus, the Empire has aggressively expanded its territory. While you may not agree with our founding father's policy of expansion, I believe there is room for discussion on the matter of his lifelong goal, to rid the world of icons. Icons are a blight upon this star. They cannot be suffered to exist. This you know as well as we. In his wisdom, Emperor Varus wishes to explore the possibility of an alliance to combat this common threat.
He wasn't so receptive about peace before, why is he now?
On the condition that Doma renounces summoning and pledges to police the Korgin's practice of it, his Radiance would extend the hand of friendship.
Doma has never shown any appetite for summoning, and it should go without saying that we will address any threat to our people, icon or otherwise. With regard to the Korjin, I must stress that they only resorted to summoning under extreme provocation. When the Ruby Sea was at peace and their sacred relics safe, they looked not to their kami for protection. Yet even now, there are certain parties who would destabilize the region with ill-conceived military forays. Unless they alter their course, we cannot hope to be rid of icons.
Quite. I can but apologize. In seeking to eliminate icons, the Empire creates them. 'Tis an irony among ironies, one with which the people of Eorzea are well acquainted, I am told.
You think?
Indeed. Many summonings are the result of persecution, the weak being driven to call upon the divine for deliverance from the strong. So it was in Alamigo, the bitter fruit of Garlean oppression.
A tragic state of affairs. If we are to put an end to summoning once and for all, it shall not be through might, but harmony. Yet we continue to repeat our mistakes, oblivious to the lessons of history. My comrades and I would change all that. We, Populares, have campaigned long and hard for a shift in imperial policy. And at last, the Emperor has seen fit to lend us an ear. Alas, there is a faction within Garlemald that would obstruct our every attempt at reform. A collection of pure-blooded Garleans who seek to consolidate their own supremacy. The Optimates. Lest you wonder, theirs was the hand that loosed our forces on the Confederacy. 'Twas a regrettable incident, one that flies in the face of everything we believe. And I swear to do all in my power to prevent a reoccurrence.
That would be most welcome. But if I may speak plain, if the Empire itself is not of one mind, how can we be certain that any peace we negotiate will be honored?
I cannot blame you for doubting us. Indeed, I should find it strange if you did not. And so, in the name of building trust, I would like to make a proposal. A prisoner exchange. Under Garlean rule, no few Dormans were conscripted into the Imperial Army. We would repatriate them in return for those of ours you captured in the recent conflict. Naturally, any exchange would include the acting Viceroy.
Yotsu? What makes you think we have her?
Forgive me, my lord. Was it not your wish to speak plain? Let us not play games. I desire only to work to our mutual benefit. The Optimates tried and failed to take my sister by force. I would succeed by peaceable means, thereby strengthening my party's hand. 'Twould be a lie to say I would not also be glad of my sister's safe return.
A fellow plain speaker. How refreshing. Very well. Your proposal has merit, but I will need time to consider it.
Of course, my lord. May we remain in Doma until you have come to a decision?
You shall be our honored guests. Yugiri, I leave the ambassador and his retinue in your care. See that they are well looked after.
You have our gratitude, Lord Hien. We shall look forward to your answer.
The Empire should send Yatsu's stepbrother of all people. Wonder how he feels, a son of Doma returning home to speak for his oppressors his countrymen drove out. The fact that there are two opposing factions at work in Garlemald complicates matters. Even assuming Asahi and his associates can be trusted, what of the others? Whatever Lord Hien's decisions should be, I shall abide by it. Yet, I'll be glad to welcome my lost brothers back to Doma. Well, that was unexpected. You can say that again. I still don't know quite what to make of it all. But on the surface, a prisoner exchange does seem a good way to begin. The question is, can they be trusted? They had naught to gain by divulging the details of their internal divisions. As it stands, we have no reason to doubt them. But the ambassador's mention of Yasuyu left me ill at ease. It made his grand talk of peace seem uncannily like a lengthy preamble. And you think this might all be a ruse to facilitate her retrieval? Perhaps. though I cannot fathom why they would go to such lengths. Yasu may have been the acting viceroy, but she is not Garlean, nor even highborn. Her value must presumably lie in what she knows. Which brings us to the little matter of her memory loss. In her present condition, she would not yield any worthwhile intelligence, nor is she worth much of a bargaining piece. Alphino, you are well acquainted with the Empire's methods. I would have your thoughts on the matter. My knowledge is at your disposal, Lord Hien. While the Ambassador's proposal is appealing in principle, it would be remiss of us not to give it due scrutiny. Indeed, though it seems to me I have little choice but to accept regardless. With so many of our brothers and sisters languishing in imperial camps, I cannot well turn my back on a chance to secure their repatriation? Repatriation? How do you say this word?
Repatriation.
Repatriation. Okay. Only the kami know when I will be afforded another. Ere we continue, shall we excuse these two? I fear what follows will bore them to tears. I was just about to show myself out as it happens. Come on, Linkus. Let's lead Alphino to dispense his copious knowledge. Someone is still sore from being made to watch at Sakazuki. Go on and keep LSA company. You're safe enough for now. Well, you two do your thing. Chance to relax at last. I know when I'm out of my depth, Linkus. Though no weapons are drawn, a negotiation is no less a battle, and the stakes could be every bit as high. One misplaced word and people could die. It takes someone with a cool head, and I'll be the first to admit that's not me. So we're left with the eternal question, what to do while they prattle on. Alright, for want of a better suggestion, what say you to a brief tour of the newly liberated Doma? I'd be interested to hear how the people are faring in their own words, and it's not as if we'll be missed here. Will we? Linkus, a moment if you would. Ah, Yugiri and Asahi, was it? You have some business with Linkus? Business? No. Pleasure, my lady. I merely wish to exchange a few words with the famed slayer of gods and the champion of Eorzea. It is truly an honor. Such heartfelt admiration. I could almost forget that you're an envoy of the Empire. Oh? Is that so strange? You may have stood on opposing sides in the past, but I see no contradiction in lauding the man who would do battle with our common enemy. And lest you forget, this is my homeland. It would be remiss of me not to at least thank him for containing the threat posed by the Kojin's vile icon. Now, if I may continue, as we speak, Lord Hien deliberates over my proposal, and I would take this time to see the land I once called home. Though Lady Yugiri is certain to be a joyful escort, the excursion would be all the more enjoyable for your company, and safer besides. The ambassador has the right of it. He does not like to come to harm with you at his side. Will you join us? Sure, buddy. In that case, I shall join you as well. There is naught else to do until Lord Hien has reached his decision, and I can think of no finer way to learn more about the current state of Doma. It's settled then. The four of us shall make a brief excursion through Yangsha. Might we start with at the town of Monzen? I would see what has become of Doma Castle. Very well. If you will follow me. You are a weird Asahi. Nay, can this truly be Mazun, home to the cream of Doma samurai? I had heard that Yasu intended to send some few of our autonomy here, but only by way of warning. It should not have come to this. Indeed, her savagery served only to incense the people and spur them to rise up and protest. It was folly to think such methods of governance could ever prove effective. The sooner we can begin to make amends for this senseless destruction, the better. Securing supplies and support for the reconstruction effort should not prove difficult, once our nations are formally at peace, of course. Yes, of course. If you would have a better view of what remains of the castle, you must proceed through the ruins. It is a travesty. A travesty! I remember the keep being so beautiful. In the light of the setting sun, one would swear it was aflame. It is indeed a doleful spectacle. Mayhap we will rebuild it one day, when we have finished helping our people to rebuild their lives. Spoken like a true popularis, the needs of the people must of course come first. Speaking of whom, would you be opposed to my seeing how they live firsthand? The village of Namai is but a short journey from here, if I'm not mistaken. By river, yes. If you will follow me, I will ready our boat. Is it? That's a ways. Alright. Ready to cast off into a fight, apparently.
Get back! I'm warning you!
What?
Someone's in trouble.
Oh, these two. And Red Kojin.
Are you all right?
Hi.
What do they want with you?
Yuki, and you lot too. I don't know. We were returning from the Enclave when they came at us.
It seems they won't go quietly.
And neither will we.
Kill them all! I will not let you harm these innocents.
It is nothing.
I'm gonna die, turtle. Thank you. I grow tired of these games. Well, reinforcements.
Leave this to me.
All this for 2 children? What do they even want with them? They mean to overwhelm us. See to the reinforcements, quickly! Now, aim for the younglings.
An opening.
Stand in front of them. We'll bear the brunt of it. If they would call for reinforcements, then so shall we. Hold your ground. I will draw away the reinforcements.
That seems to be the last of them. You have nothing to fear, child. You are safe now.
Thank you, sir.
You saved us again. Thank you. If you're ever passing by our village, look us up. You'll always be welcome.
Thank goodness we arrived when we did.
Indeed. But what could have prompted the Red Kojin to stray so far from the Ruby Sea?
I presume these are the sellswords hired by Yotsuyu. If so, the answer is simple. Desperation. Bereft of imperial employment, they seek other means to line their coin purses. Another sad legacy of the Empire's mismanagement.
The Empire to which you have sworn allegiance.
Must you always be so pointed? If we are to bring about lasting change, we must look beyond narrow allegiances. You have every right to doubt me, But in time, I hope you will come to see that we share a common goal. You and yours have fought fiercely to change the Empire from without. But if we are to end the cycle of conflict, the Empire must change from within. Am I wrong?
I mean, not really about that. You gotta change from within. Like, the people actually have to believe it too.
I knew you would understand. You have witnessed such change firsthand, after all, during your time in Ishgard.
Got a point? Dear me, I had hoped to convey my views on a nation's shared hopes under more peaceful circumstances. Yet this regrettable little interlude did afford me a chance to see the famed hero of Eorzea in action, and few Imperial soldiers can say that. At least few who live to tell the tale. Fair enough. Well, after that little ordeal, I believe it may be time for us to return to the Enclave. Return, my lord? What of am I? You seem so eager to observe the villagers going about their daily lives. To be frank, I still am, but I'd rather doubt the good people of Namai would take kindly to a sight of a man in Imperial uniform with blood dripping from his blade. Even in your company, my presence would prove only a distraction. Fret not, however. Thanks to the three of you, I have seen a great deal more than I otherwise would. And with any luck, Lord Hien will have finished considering my proposal by the time we return. I flew over here for nothing. God damn it. Do I have anything to sell? Not really. Thank you again for agreeing to join me. If not for your aid, the Kojin may well have overwhelmed us. Pray go on ahead. Lord Hien is expecting you. I will remain without and keep watch over our guest. Well, we had best not keep him waiting. Allow me entry, good sir. Welcome back, my friend. Yugiri tells me you accompanied her and Asahi on a tour of Yangsha. I had hoped that you might take the opportunity to recover from your exertions at Sakazuki. But I gather your time was well spent. Until the ambassador affords Yugiri a chance to make a full report, however, I must rely on you to supply the details. So please, tell us how it all unfolded. Well, a bunch of Red Kojin showed up and tried to kill 2 kids. The Red Kojin? Here? Have there been any other such incidents since the liberation? Only one that I am aware of. If they are planning some new venture here in Yangsha, we will need to increase patrols. In any event, I am indebted to you for fighting them off. But tell me, and don't be honest, was Asahi truly the first to leap into the youngster's aid? He was. I was quick to doubt him when first we met, but his desire to save them seemed quite genuine. It's possible he truly believes what he's saying. In the time I've known you, you have always been an excellent judge of character. What do you make of the ambassador? There's still something about him, though. It seems just a little too convenient. And the question of what his true intention maybe remains. Regardless of his aim, I am resigned to play his game, for now at least. Well, forswearing summoning should be simple enough, considering you never dabbed in it in the first place, which just leaves the somewhat thornier question of how to police the Red Kojin. It was with that very question in mind I sought Alphino's counsel. Thanks to his knowledge of the icons and the rituals used to invoke them, I believe we've identified a workable solution. As you will recall, Susanoo was summoned forth using the power of relics locked away in the Kojin's treasure vault in the Isle of Zeki. Though said relics remain there to this day, it is all but certain that the act of summoning exhausted their stores of ether, making subsequent summonings impossible. Assuming that is the case, preventing the Primal's return rests on denying the Red Kojin the means to amass new stores of ether, either via the acquisition of crystals or the relics they are wont to collect. For this, I plan to enlist the aid of our friends the Blue Kojin. Since Doma's liberation, we have forged closer bond with Bunshin and his people, and with their support, I am quite confident we can keep the Red from obtaining what they require to call upon this Susanoo. And what of the prisoners? They will be exchanged as agreed, and I will give full credit to Asahi for the success of the transaction. If there is aught we can do to help the Populares garner favor, I mean to see it done. But first, I have some unfinished business to attend to. Would you all come with me? Yes, of course, but what manner of business? A past mistake which I would see put right, one which has weighed heavy on my mind.
I had her brought here in secret while the 3 of you kept our guest company.
Oh?
The world has not been kind to you, it is true. But that does not excuse your sins. You should be at the bottom of the river. Yet here you are. The living, breathing proof of my failure. A failure for which I would now make amends.
What did I do? I don't remember. Was it really so terrible? Tell me, please. What did I do?
You speak of sins, my lord. But at whose feet do those sins lie? With the soldiers who committed the crimes, or those who commanded them to do so? With both, I would say. for all have a conscience, and all must choose. But with no memory of who she is or what she has done, what sin remains to be cleansed?
What if she remembers?
You ask that I show mercy.
I ask why the heavens saw fit to deny me my rest. Why Yotsuyu was spared not only death, but the bitter memories of her life.
You truly think it the will of the Kami? If so, her life is not mine to take. It is yours to safeguard. Come the hour of the exchange, if her memories have not returned, she may remain here in Doma to live out her days as Tsuyu. But if they do, the Guardians shall have their viceroy. Though the people will protest, they will come to accept my decision when they have been reunited with their loved ones.
Thank you, my lord.
Now then, I believe we have kept our guest waiting long enough.
Kind of an interesting question.
Did Gosetsu not seem strange to you? His sympathy for Yotsuyu, pardon. I know his powers of endurance only too well, but after all he has suffered, even he should not be on his feet. He puts on a brave face for our sakes, but it would not surprise me if he lacked the strength to raise his blade.
He did struggle on that island.
Though I suppose if he and Yotsuyu are to enjoy a life of peace and quiet, he will have little use for it. It falls to us to shape that future, one in which he need never again set foot on the battlefield.
That is a very interesting question. If someone has committed atrocious sins, but then lost their memory in an incident, should they still be punished for something that they don't know that they did? And I'm talking true amnesia, not like, oh, I got super drunk and blacked out and didn't know I did this. Not so much that, but like actual true amnesia. Like you have completely forgotten everything and you are a blank slate. You have completely lost your memory. You don't know who you are. You don't know anybody or anything around you. Should you still be held accountable for the actions of your, air quotes, past life? Pretty deep question, yeah? With Yotsuyu safely in Gosetsu's care, all that remains is to answer Asahi's proposal. I realize other matters demand your attention, but I would ask that you stay a while longer to see this business through.
My apologies. Our deliberations took longer than expected.
Think nothing of it. The time afforded me the opportunity to go on a rather rousing excursion through Yansha. You have reached a decision, then?
We are willing to cooperate with you in combating the Icon threat, and also in the exchange of prisoners. Assuming you accept our conditions, of course. As you know, your sister is in our care. Due to certain complications, however, we are hesitant to release her into your custody.
Complications?
She was inside Doma Castle when it collapsed. Though she survived, she remembers nothing of her past life, not even her name. To clarify, she is in our care not as a prisoner, but as a vulnerable citizen of Doma.
Are you saying you refuse to release her?
Not at all. If her memory returns before the appointed hour.
And if not, what exactly? You will accommodate her here in Doma?
Well, I sincerely doubt she will be of any great strategic value to the Empire. She spends her days daydreaming of Dango.
Dango?
Yeah, it's like she plays Monster Hunter Rise.
How dreadful. Very well. In light of our recent misstep in Sakazuki, it seems only fair that I show you the same understanding you have shown us. Though I do have one small request. Regardless of Yotsuyu's value to the Empire, she is yet my sister. Before I leave, might you permit me to speak with her in private?
Of course. Perhaps you could even bring her a plate of dango. She would be most pleased. Yugiri will see you to her chambers.
Oh, forgive me, my lord, but has he not been gone over long? Perhaps I should. Calm yourself, Gosetsu. I understand your concern, but we have to wait. He deserves that much. I am sorry to have kept you all waiting. Thank you for your understanding. Long did I dream of this reunion, but never did I imagine it would be so joyless. A part of me hoped your stories of her condition were just that. But alas, it is as you say. Suyo, do you remember anything of this man? Anything at all? No. I am a stranger to her, and much was clear to me from a single look. I leave her to your care. As you wish. Now, if you will excuse me, my superiors are long overdue a report. They will be elated to hear of our agreement. Of that I have no doubt. As for the exchange itself, once I have obtained the relevant permissions, I will arrange for your people to be relieved of their various duties and sent here to Yangsha. This will take time, of course. Of course. You may rest assured your soldiers will be well cared for until you return. We will also begin taking steps to better counter the threat of the Kojin and their icon. Before you take your leave, there is one other matter. I am informed it was you who took the lead in rescuing 2 young Domans from a band of Kojin sellswords. I have not yet had the time to thank you properly. Please, there is no need to thank me. I only did what anyone would do under the circumstances. Fortunately, I was in good company at the time. The blight of the Red Kojin is of the Empire's making. Were it not for our transgressions, those children would not have needed saving. The people of Doma have suffered enough, my lord, and I promise to do all in my power to spare them further pain, be it at the hands of the Kojin, or indeed the Empire. I pray the Emperor will see things as you do. There may yet be hope for us all. Until we meet again. Gosetsu, as before, I leave Yatsuyu to you. I invite the rest of you to join me outside. Let's treat Asahi to a proper farewell. The ambassador's airship awaits at Castrum Fluminus. Let us be off. I keep forgetting to talk to these two. Oh well.
I wish you a safe journey.
This has been a most enjoyable visit. I look forward to our next meeting. Maxima, would you take the others and see that all is ready for our departure? I simply cannot leave without first giving thanks to the Warrior of Light for accompanying me through Yansha. Mark me, savior of the savages. There will be a reckoning.
Now you betray your intention?
You've nowhere left to run, traitor!
Ignorant savages! Killing us will avail you naught. For every Imperial you cut down, 1,000 more will come. Abandon this foolish endeavor and surrender. You may yet serve our righteous cause.
How dare you speak of righteousness? You who forsook kith and kin to serve conquerors! Be glad I grant you this mercy.
forgotten her. Reinforcements? No, just one. Cut him down!
You might want to rethink that. Just throws his gunblade on the ground.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
This one is promising. Who remains to offer us resistance?
A host of rebels led by Lord Cayenne hold the Enclave across the river.
Lord Cayenne?
The king of the former king of Doma, sir. They say he is one of the greatest swordsmen alive.
Is that what they say?
Who was that?
Surely you jest. That was Xenos Galvus, legatus of the 12th, the Crown Bloody Prince. I heard he was strong, but that was frightening.
That was Lord Xenos.
So he's a simp for Xenos.
Everything you are, your power, even your face, it vexes me.
Xenos is #1 fanboy. Alright.
Go on. Lash out like the beast you are at an emissary and jeopardize the newfound peace between Doma and the Empire.
I see your game. Alright.
My lord was destined to lead us unto a glorious new age. Your light is nothing to his radiance. I will cherish this moment, lock it away within my heart, until the day we meet again.
But why would you tip your hand so early, though?
You look troubled, my friend. Was it something he said?
You could say that. Apparently he's extremely pissed off that we took out
Of all
Xenos.
the memories to witness.
I had my doubts about him, but I would never have guessed he was a disciple of Xenos. My lord.
Calm yourself, Yugiri. I set no store by him or his enlightened brethren. But if by treating with them there is even the faintest hope, we might secure the return of our conscripted brothers and sisters, I must play this game. After the way I risked their lives in the rebellion, I owe them that much.
My lord, you bear no blame for their fate.
If not blame, then responsibility. They were prisoners, and still I chose to fight, knowing they could be executed in retaliation. But now we have a chance to bring them home. If it means bargaining with a monster, so be it.
My lord.
Besides, I think he likes me, which is more than some can say.
Yeah, I guess. Makes no sense. Why would he bother keeping up the pretense for so long, only to drop it right before the very end? Perhaps he no longer thought it was necessary, having secured Doma's cooperation in the prisoner exchange. If he truly is a disciple of Xenos, 'tis possible emotion simply got the better of him. Remaining calm around the man who slew his lord will have taken its toll. Whatever the explanation, now is not the time for hasty reprisals. We shall proceed as planned. The Red Kojin must be placed under surveillance, and the Gallian prisoners made ready for the exchange. But you need not concern yourself with the details. Leave the affairs of Doma to us. When the hour of the exchange draws near, we will call for you. I should certainly hope so. Whatever the Empire's true intent, we would be on hand to play our part, either to defend Doma or to help usher in a lasting peace. I had thought we might use this time to return to Eorzea, but given the volatility of the situation, mayhap it would be best if we remained in Kugane. Agreed. Between Yasuyu's amnesia and Asahi's dubious agenda, I'd say we have an ample reason to remain in the neighborhood. If anything should happen, anything at all, you must send for us at once. Oh, I will. On that you have my word. Charting a path through this sea of troubles promises to be difficult enough. I am not so proud as to attempt the feat alone. To Kugane, then. Tataru and the others must know of what transpired here. That is certainly a name. If what you saw of the ambassador is an indication of his true nature, this prisoner exchange may not be what it seems. In fact, I'm beginning to wonder if your encounter with the Red Kojin was more than mere happenstance. Soon we shall see if Asahi is true to his word. If not, I will be glad to cut out that silver tongue of his. Damn you, Gary. Zero chill. Ruby Bazaar. Show me in, good sir. My, it seems you're all in quite the predicament. Well, should we receive any urgent missives from Doma, rest assured you will be the first to know of it. Yes, of course. We're pursuing a number of ventures to replenish our coffers, but I suppose that all can wait if any urgent news should come through the office. About that, I wish to apologize to Taru. It was reckless of me to make such a purchase without first consulting you. You may be certain, however, that I mean to reimburse the Scions, even if it means drawing upon my personal funds. That's very thoughtful of you, but I'm sure it won't come to that. If Soarban's business proposition is as promising as it sounds, I think it should have no difficulty wiping the red from our ledger. I'm not doing four lords yet. Sit down, Tataru. Oh, forgive me, Linkus. It would seem I have unwittingly heaped my financial troubles upon you. I swear I will pay you back. Though I fear I will struggle to cobble together anything of monetary value. Knowledge I can gather in abundance. To start, I plan to investigate the divisions forming within the Empire. Mayhap Rial and his associates have heard something on the subject. Regardless, the more we know about the politics in Garlemald, the better our chances of predicting the Imperial's next move, which might yield you an advantage on the day of the prisoner exchange. Knowing what we do of Asahi's apparent resentments towards you, I cannot say what he hopes to gain from it. But if there is even the faintest chance that a lasting peace could be forged between Doma and the Empire, what choice have we but to try? Lord Hien has the right of it. Asahi may very well be a monster, but we must play his game. For now. And believe it or not, that's 4.2 done. Arranging the prisoner exchange proved easier than I thought. Yes, my lord will be most pleased. Everything is going according to plan.
Can you truly remember nothing? Nothing at all?
Were we friends?
Yes. We were good friends, you and I. In fact, I've brought you a gift. I pray that one day soon, as you gaze into that mirror, you will remember the woman staring back at you.
It's so pretty. Who are you? Who are you?
Meanwhile, in the Imperial capital,
How are you feeling, my lord?
Fine, now leave me.
back. Despite the fact he almost lopped his head off. Alright, before we get started on 4.3, I'm going to take another bathroom break, get up, stretch my legs, maybe grab another water bottle, all that good stuff. I implore everybody out there to do the same. Be right back, folks. Don't go anywhere. folks, we back. To start 4.3. Yep, pro streamer, turn that off. Ah, Linkus, impeccable timing. We have just received a letter from Lord Hien. He writes that the Domans are coordinating their efforts with the Blue Kojin to maintain a constant watch over the Red. By staying on the lookout for signs of crystal hoarding and the like, they mean to nip any summoning attempts in the bud, thereby satisfying the conditions for peace set down by the ambassador. For the Garlean's part, the Populares have sent word that a vessel bearing Doman conscripts is soon to arrive in Yangsha, which would seem that the prisoner exchange is to proceed as planned. Lord Hien requests your presence, and I share his view that you should be on hand in this critical juncture. Fair enough. According to the letter, Yasuyu's memory has yet to return, so it looks like she'll be living out the rest of her days in Doma, assuming the ambassador means to honor the agreement, of course. Before we get to that, however, I think it would be wise to assess her condition one last time. If the Domans have missed any change in her mental state, however slight, it would be better if Asahi wasn't the one to spot it. Agreed. Let us make straightaways for the Enclave, then. Lord Hien will be waiting. I trust you will cope in our absence, Tataru. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine. Just be sure to come back safely. Gonna change the stream info right quick. Lost the window. Come back. There you go. Show me in, my good sir. Ah, I see my letters reached you across the Ruby Sea. Thank you for coming so swiftly. Though I wrote at some length on the subject of the forthcoming exchange, there was one other matter I neglected to mention. It concerns Kozetsu. As you may have observed, he returned from his ordeal rather the worse for wear, and despite his best efforts to conceal his condition, or perhaps because of them, he recently collapsed. Oh? Good gods, is he alright? Confined to bed and grumbling without cease, but he has shown signs of recovery. He made me promise not to tell you, lest you worry unduly, which was all very well when you weren't here. Now that you are, however, I think it's high time he received some visitors. Might you spare him a moment? Yotsuyu has scarce left his side, and I imagine you are curious to see what has become of her as well. We will visit him at once. Linkus, Alize, shall we?
Open wide now.
Please, Tsuyu. I'm not so frail that I cannot feed myself. I grow weary of the taste of gruel.
You don't like it? Can I fetch you something else?
Aye, wine. Or if that is not wholesome enough, I don't know. A sweet persimmon from Namai? I enjoyed them in my youth.
A persimmon?
Nay, pay me no mind. I am full. Besides, we have guests.
I hope we are not interrupting your meal. We had heard you were confined to bed and thought you might welcome some visitors.
Confined to... a gross exaggeration. A trifle drained from my exertions, perhaps, but with a little rest, I shall be fighting fit again in no time.
Take off your clothes.
What?
Usetsu, is this how you've been spending your time?
My lady, I assure you, this is not...
Off with them. We need to wash you. You stink. What are all these scars? There are so many of them.
A life of battle will leave its mark upon a man. Is something wrong, Tsuyu?
It's nothing. I'm fine.
She's starting to remember.
But leave me be, woman! I will not be fussed over like some newborn babe.
They make a convincing pair, do they not? On first acquaintance, I would think them a doting grandsire and her a model grandchild. Indeed, had someone told me a year ago that I would live to bear witness to such a scene, I would have declared them mad. That aside, I am relieved to see Kosetsu has lost none of his spirit. So they just mechanically confirm it's been roughly a year across Stormblood. Interesting. But what a ton of events. I mean, for her to suddenly be watching over him, you couldn't make it up. Although I suppose Kosetsu is an old man, with the way he charges through life, it could be easy to forget. Ah, he has resisted decrepitude with the same defiance he showed the enemies of Doma. But no matter how adamant his will, no man can carry on forever. He has pushed himself beyond the limits of endurance too many times. Even if his health returns, the fact remains. He will never again be the warrior he once was. He has given his all for liege and land, and we will ask no more. And what of his nurse? If Yotsuyu is feigning that, well, she certainly has me fooled. This is no pretense. Yugiri, out of all of us, I would think you are the hardest to convince. So what makes you so sure? I have been spying on Yotsuyu from the shadows, waiting for the misstep that will betray her charade for what it was. But her mask has never slipped, not once. She has remained in character from the first. One evening I watched her as she sat in her chambers, unguarded and alone. She had taken the dishes from the cupboard and was pretending to prepare dinner right there on the tatami. A child's game. Even the wariest shinobi would not go to such lengths. I can but conclude that her mind is truly broken. Well, that's good enough for me, and anyone else I would hazard. Aye, the matter is settled. Yotsuyu will become Tsuyu. and begin a new life here in Doma. Before that can happen, however, we will need to present her to the ambassador one last time to prove that her memory is truly gone. But I would not risk parading her in front of our returning conscripts. Her presence at the exchange would only stir up mutinous thoughts. Understandably, she as good as fastened the chains around their necks. Aye, which is why I mean to conclude this business with Suyu first, out of the sight of my countrymen. Will you help me? We are at your service. There is no higher purpose than the pursuit of peace. My thanks. The Garleans were on their way, and we must prepare to welcome the ambassador. We will meet you at the docks with Suyu. Off to the docks we go, I guess. Anything? Even after weeks of surveillance, it was difficult for me to accept that Suyu's condition was genuine. But not as difficult as accepting Gosetsu's affection for her. And you basically repeat, go to the docks. One day, I'll play Final Fantasy VI and learn the hype for it all. Just like I'll one day remember there are Aetherites in Doma Enclave. Shall we wait here then? Lord Hien should not be long. My friend, have you seen Suyu? She is nowhere to be found. What? But the Garleans will be landing in a matter of moments. If she's fled, could it mean her memories have returned? I know not. Yugiri is scouring the streets as we speak, but it is possible Suyu has left the Enclave altogether. Captain, a word. Did you perchance carry a fair-skinned woman across the river? Fair-skinned woman, my lord? I do not rightly know. I think... Yes! Yes, my lord. Now that you mention it, there was a lady among the passengers whom I do not recall having seen before. Her face was hidden by the brim of her hat, but I remember taking her hand to help her onto the boat. White as the new fallen snow it was. She's someone important, my lord. Have I done something wrong? Wrong? No, I was merely hoping to catch our guest before she departed. Be at ease, Captain. It would seem that Suyu has crossed the river. Kami, help me. No good can come of this. Ruh-roh. It seems Suyu has gone unrecognized thus far, but Kami help us if someone catches a clear view of her face. I must find her before that happens. The responsibility for her disappearance, for all of this, lies with me, but I would ask for your aid nonetheless. We are at your service, Lord Hien, now as before. Let us make the crossing and begin our search. You go on ahead. Someone should let Yugiri know what we've learned. I'll join you on the other side. Let me do that in Alisaie's voice instead of Hien's voice. You go on ahead. Someone should let Yugiri know what we've learned. I'll join you on the other side. We have no way of knowing where Suyu is headed, so we had best divide our forces. I will take Kusakari and its surrounds. Alphino, if you would take the road to Castrum Fluminus. Linkus, forgive me, but I would ask you to interrogate the residents of Yuzuka Mana. One of the Namazu may well have seen our quarry. If everyone is in agreement, let us board the skiff, and hope the kami smile upon our efforts. Do I have to do the Namazu? Should be called Yakuza Manor because freaking Namazu are Yakuza. Unusually pale skin? Yes! I saw this woman on the way back from my fishing trip. She had just crossed the shallows east of here and was heading in the northeasterly direction, for the most part. Her stuff does not seem certain. If you hurry, you might still catch her. Hold on. If only you took damage. Welcome to Yakuza Manor. Yes, if there is anything you care to know, you need only... Pale-skinned woman? I've seen no such traveler, I'm sorry to say. Most sorry. Scaly-skinned Namazu, on the other hand, we have in abundance. Pretty sure I was supposed to speak to that one first. Oops. You see no sign of Yasuyu to the north. Perhaps she is somewhere farther off to the northeast. This is more east-northeast than it is northeast, but okay. Still no sign of Yasuyu. Perhaps she is yet farther to the northeast. Yasuyu is nowhere to be seen, but lying on the ground a short distance to the north, you spy a familiar-looking, wide-brimmed hat. A cursory glance is all that is required to confirm your suspicions. It is the same hat Yasuyu was wearing when you found her in Sakazuki. She's going to Namai. Linkus, before you ask, a search of Kusakari and its surroundings has yielded exactly naught, save this chance for reunion with you, I suppose. Mistress Alize has gone to assist her brother at the castrum. It was she who informed me of the situation. I joined Lord Hien here shortly thereafter. How did you fare at Yakuza Manor? Any sign of our missing guest? Yeah? That and this hat. Towards Namai! By the kami, if the villagers recognize her, it will not end well. We must hurry. Yugiri and I will check the patties. The village square is yours. Row.
Greetings. Might I have one of your... Wait! Please! I only wanted a persimmon.
Kami, save us! Her spirit has returned!
She's back from the dead to seek her revenge!
That look of, well, shit.
It can't be. She couldn't have survived.
What did I do?
As if you don't know!
Good people of Namai, be at ease, I pray you. You have naught to fear.
My lord, forgive me, but what is that monster doing here? They told us she was dead.
I too was surprised to learn of her survival. More even than you, I would hazard. 'Twas I who cut her down, I who left her to her fate. But it would seem the Kami had other plans. By some miracle, both she and Gosetsu were spared when the keep collapsed, though Yotsugu's preservation came at the cost of her memory.
You're saying she's forgotten? Forgotten everything she's done?
Lies! Lies, my lord! She would say anything to escape punishment!
What does it matter? We have not forgotten her crimes, and we demand justice! I beg of you, Lord Hien, draw your blade and rid us of this canker!
What I saw then, it's all true. I'm sorry! I'm so sorry.
You're sorry? And what? We're supposed to forgive you?
Here, there's no need to cry. Can't you see how scared she is? How can you be scared of her? She's not the same.
What fitting weather for this cutscene.
Until such time as her memories return, this woman shall be known as Tsuyu, and treated as a citizen of Doma. I will, however, see that she is watched at all times. Rest assured that there will be no more unannounced visits to the village. As your lord, I ask that you leave her fate in my hands, and suffer her to live, for now.
Please, Issei.
All right. I'll keep my peace. As long as you're happy, that's all that matters.
You would think that would be a red flag whenever she says, whatever, everything I saw then, it's all true. To say, hey, my memories are returning. All of this is over a persimmon. I failed to consider how she might endanger herself. Knowing she has the mind of a child, I should have continued my vigilance, not relaxed it. I can't forget what that woman did to us, but I won't do anything to upset Asami. I'm not scared of her, not anymore. I don't know why everyone is so angry, but I got the fruit Kasetsu wanted. I hope he likes it. That could have been better avoided, but at least it did not end in bloodshed, and judging by Suyu's reaction, she remains oblivious to the events of her former life. This was no escape attempt. Nay, it seems it was an offhand request of the Kasetsus which brought her to Mai. She came in search of a persimmon. Ha! And they say fruit is good for the health. I do hope Kasetsu finds the taste to his liking. Well, we have certainly taken a long way around, but let us continue on to Castrum Fluminus and our meeting with the ambassador. Alphino and Alize should still be there, conducting the search. Someone's about to do a raid. It seems our Imperial guests have finally arrived. It is time to meet with the ambassador.
What a pleasure it is to see you once more, Lord Hien. Not to mention my dear sister.
A pleasure to see you too, Ambassador. Forgive us our late arrival. You have our people aboard the airship?
Exactly as agreed. We would leave you in no doubt as to the purity of our intentions. I dare say it was the self-same spirit of cooperation which prompted you to bring Yotsuyu here today.
Indeed. Before excluding her from the exchange, I thought it only fair that you see her condition for yourself. Physically, she is in fine health, but her mind is unchanged.
So I see. But all need not necessarily be lost. In anticipation of this tragic turn of events, I took the liberty of inviting some special guests.
Ah, Yotsuyu. You look, well.
Of all the people.
Is something wrong, dear sister? These are our beloved parents. Does not the sight of them bring back sweet childhood memories?
Gosetsu. I have to take this to Gosetsu.
It would seem my little surprise was not sufficient. You needn't glare at me so, Lord Hien. I merely did what any loving son would do for his family. Lest you doubt, I am content to leave the acting viceroy in your care. Pray, treat her as you would any daughter of Doma. Do not grow too fond of this place, dear sister. You will come back to us ere long.
We continue with the exchange as planned, then.
Very good. The structure across the river should serve our needs. We shall await you there with the conscripts. If you would bring your captives.
Agreed. Until then, Ambassador.
I knew better than to trust Asahi, but that was a dirty trick. Still, unpleasant as it was, we have at least put the matter of Tsuyu's future to rest. I have sent her back to the Enclave with Yugiri to give Gosetsu his precious persimmon. Come, let us follow them. You have that look, Alphino. What is it? Oh, nothing of consequence, most like. We can discuss it upon our return. Excuse me. We should pay a visit to Gosetsu and reassure him about Tsuyu's fate. He will want to know that the Empire has finally relinquished its claim on her.
Gosetsu, are you awake?
My lord, come in, come in. When Tsuyu returned, her eyes were red from weeping. She spoke not a word, simply sat and peeled some fruit she'd brought for me. She then claimed weariness and retired to her chamber. Tell me, what happened to upset her so?
The ambassador arranged a surprise reunion with her foster parents. a misguided attempt to restore Yotsuyu to her senses. It was plain their presence caused her great distress, but she seemed otherwise unaffected.
Yotsuyu was mistreated as a child, was she not? It was a cruel trick to use her tormentors like that, knowing the pain it could cause.
I like this Asahi less and less.
Be that as it may, he has agreed to allow Yotsuyu to remain with us in Doma. Our primary concern now is to hand over the prisoners without incident and bring our people safely home.
There was one other detail at the meeting which caught my attention. I assume you all noticed the rather suspect crates within the castrum. The Imperials were quick to retrieve them afterwards, but I wonder...
Out with it, brother. You fear they might contain bombs or war machines?
If the ambassador wanted me dead, he has had ample opportunity. No, assassination is not his intent, but we should be on our guard for other acts of treachery.
My lord! Forgive me, but the Lady Yotsuyu, she's gone!
Again?
Gone?
I beg your pardons, my lords. I was certain she'd fallen asleep.
No, the responsibility is mine. 'Twas I who gave her a room instead of a cell. She may simply have wandered outside. We will organize search parties. Might I call upon your assistance?
Might want to put her in a cell and she's gonna run away every chance she gets.
Help! 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 Help me!
If only I hadn't remembered. He should hate me. But I will not suffer his kindness. Not after what I did to him.
Who's there?
Oh, it's you. What are you doing out here in the dark?
This is the Enclave, is it? When the soldiers dragged us back to Doma, you were the last person I expected to see.
You're the bane of our existence, Yotsuyu! A font of misery! You couldn't even do us the simple courtesy of dying, could you? Oh, no. You had to live and taint us with the shame of your failure. We had a perfect life in the capital, and now they're making us wallow in this muddy ruin like common swine. I don't deserve this.
Now, dear, that'll do. There seems little point in berating the girl when she scarcely remembers her own name. Our time would be better spent contemplating how we're to survive this unhappy predicament. You've kept your looks, at least. I suspect you'd fetch a handsome price with the right buyer. Maybe enough to get us to Kugani and start a new business.
Ah, my beloved parents. No sooner do I wake from gentle slumber than the world returns in all its cruelty. Yes, this is how it always was. How it was meant to be.
You poked, you prodded, she back.
Very well. If I cannot escape my nature, then I shall embrace it. To the very depths I have sunk, my soul steeped in spite and rotten to the core. The self-righteous hide behind justice, but I need no such mask. Father, Mother, was it not you who made me into this monster? Who taught me the truth of this miserable world? For years I knew naught but the taste of pain and humiliation. But the time has come to savor my vengeance against Doma. Against all my enemies. And it begins with you!
Yotsuyu! What?
Well done, dear sister. Did I not say you would come back to us?
Brother dearest, what a surprise. You always were a cold-blooded little worm. I doubt you thought twice about sending our parents to their deaths.
Your dagger yet drips with their blood, and you presume to judge me? To be frank, I didn't think you had the strength to slay them so cleanly. A single thrust each. I'm impressed. But surely you can't be satisfied with murdering a pair of doddering elders. You yearn for a deeper vengeance, and the power to see it through.
She's back.
Please. I don't want to die.
you deserve it.
Any sign of her? What happened here?
Yasuyu's back, and she killed her parents. And then Asahi took her away.
I knew what would happen if she recovered. And still, I did nothing. You say she left with her brother?
She did.
Whatever he wants with her, he was willing to pay for it with his parents' lives. But this is neither the time nor the place. We must gather the others.
We have recovered the Nereus remains, and will hold the cremation anon. Would that they have never again set foot in Doma. I broke the news to Kasetu myself. He was quiet. I think it best that he be allowed some time alone with his thoughts. I think that will be a good place to stop for the night on a hell of a cliffhanger. And tomorrow we do the thing, and you know what that thing is. Probably, I still think, easily top 5 trials, if not for presentation, and again for music. Folks, thank you so much for coming out tonight. I really do appreciate you. So seeing as one individual Brit rated me yesterday, I am going to return the favor to her. So again, barring anything major, 5 o'clock Eastern, we do the thing and continue on. And I really hope we find the people to do it at minimum idol level, or maybe at the very least get some blue mages in and get them one of their best in slot spells. So that's going to do it for me tonight, folks. Again, thank you so very much for lurking, chatting, watching, even showing up on stream as a cursed Namazu. So I will be off for the night. Hope you folks have a good rest of your Tuesday/Wednesday, wherever you are in the world. Please stay safe out there. And barring anything major, I will see all of you tomorrow, 5 o'clock. We do the thing.